What's up, everybody? It's old Bart, and today I've actually gotten a lot of requests to do this and to show people how, but it's how to reverse sear a steak. It's my favorite way of cooking steaks. I've done it a couple times at some different retreats and events that I've cooked at, but the steaks always turn out perfect and juicy and delicious. But how to reverse sear a steak, very complex question, but the answer is very simple. And today we'll be using a Traeger Pro 34. We'll be using our FireDisc as well, and I'll show you how we use those. But we've got a really special cut of meat today, and you don't have to have this, but I think you need to treat yourself and order some of this. But this is 100% Japanese Wagyu beef. It's from our friend Dennis over at Greater Than Prime. They have a Facebook. Go check them out. Greater Than Prime Wagyu beef. You'll search that. You'll find it. Give them a like. Check it out. But very educational if you're trying to change up what you cook. But on something like this, all you need is salt and pepper. You'll see me use some different seasonings from time to time on some other steaks, but on this type of steak, all we're going to use is salt and pepper. So again, reverse searing a steak. I think it's an easy way to do it. And I'll show you again step by step what we do. I think you'll enjoy yourself. So stay tuned and hang on. Okay, everybody, so here it is. This is our 100% Japanese Wagyu beef bone-in ribeye steak. And when I was taking it out of the package, you guys can't smell it, unfortunately, but the fat content smelled like just an extra rich, beefy, buttery, had a nutty just smell to it. So I'm really my mouth's watering. I'm really looking forward to just eating this thing. But I want to show you again this is how we reverse sear this steak. And so you always, when any cut of meat that you're gonna cook, I always bring it up to room temperature. So that's what we're doing right now. We pulled it out of the fridge, bring it up to room temperature. We're getting our Traeger Pro 34. We're smoking it. We're going to get it up to about 275. So when it hits 275, that's when we'll place this bad boy on there until we get an internal temp of about 125. That's going to give you the rare inside. Medium rare is about 130, and then medium is 140. On this type of high quality beef, there's no way I'm not going to eat this rare, medium rare. That's just how it goes. All we're gonna do again is salt and pepper both sides and the edges, and then smoke it and then sear it. So I'll explain all that as we go. But here we've got some black pepper that we're gonna use. And we'll just grind that up as best we can. And I like to go a little heavy. So just because it's gonna get that really nice crust all over it, okay? So we're crushing all that up, okay? So now we'll do the salt the same way. See all that black pepper? It's gonna give us a really nice crush. And now we're gonna salt this bad boy. Kind of pat it down, give it a little love. And then what we'll do is we'll flip it over, do the same thing on this side. So grab our pepper again. Just give it a good amount of pepper. Okay, now we will salt this bad boy like so. Again, rub it in, do the edges. So as this sets here, it gets up to room temperature and we're seasoning it. We're gonna go start our smoker, get it up again to 275. So as our smoker gets up to 275, I just wanted to kind of go back over what we just did, and that's season both sides, let our meat get up to room temperature. But I wanted to show you this. I seasoned it all the way around, but that right there is why it's Japanese, 100% Japanese Wagyu beef. That texture and that fat content, perfect layering. When we sear it, the seasonings that we've put on it are gonna give us the perfect crust. And then keeping it at that 120, 125 internal temp will give you a perfect rare on the inside. And if you want to go a little more, that's fine. Medium rare is about 130 when you want to pull it, because when you pull it and let it rest, you know, the juices are going to go back through the meat and kind of level itself out. And it might go up a couple temps on you. So if you want like a medium rare, I'd suggest pulling it at 125. Because then after you rest it and you sear it, it'll bump it up just a little bit. So just keep in mind that whenever you're reverse searing a steak. All right, everybody, we've got our Traeger smoking at 275 on that temperature, using the signature blend pellets. Really good for this beef. So we got it up to temp, and now we're gonna put it on. We'll just throw it right in the middle of that middle rack there, kind of press down. And we'll put a probe right in the middle of it. That's what's going to give us our temperature. So we'll put this right in the middle. Give it real good. Try to get it in there real good. There you go. And so put that in there. That way we don't have to keep opening and close it, but we can monitor that steak. And we want that 120 internal temp. So it's taking about 35 minutes. I really just cooked a temp, and that's one thing you guys will start noticing about me. But we've had that Traeger on about 275. We about to, on this Traeger, you can press the button and probe 1, and well, you should hit 120. That's what we want. So we'll actually turn it off, and the unveiling of the reverse seared smoked ribeye. Looks good. Take this temperature probe out. And then, now this is the crucial part. Now you could eat it right now and it'd probably be delicious, but just to step it up another notch, we're gonna put it on this cutting board, and we're actually gonna let it rest. So see all the juice that's at the top? That's gonna go back through the meat. If you were to cut it open right now, juice would go all over the place. But what's gonna happen is that juice is just gonna kind of go back through the meat, kind of level out. So we'll let that actually rest for about 10 minutes while we're getting our FireDisc. It's getting hot. This is the FireDisc, and it's actually a 3-piece portable propane cooker. Cooks just like a cast iron skillet. You see all that seasoning in there, but it breaks down. It's got a wind helmet on it to protect it, so the wind don't blow the flame out. But it breaks down, throw it in the back of your truck, take it anywhere you go. But it's perfect for reverse searing. So we'll actually let this get up to temp, and then let that rest over there. Delicious goodness. Let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then we'll sear it, and it'll actually be ready to go. Alrighty, guys. So it's been about 10 minutes. We've let that ribeye rest. Pulled it off the smoker after it's got an internal temp of about 120. Let it rest 10 minutes. We've got our FireDisc here. We got it rolling hot. We're gonna add a little oil to it. And I like to use sunflower oil, and it's the high temp. It doesn't smoke a lot, and it's perfect for what we're gonna do just on this reverse sear. So got that hot again, as hot as it'll go. It's on high, and it's about in the middle. It's about 600, 625 degrees if you were to shoot a temp. So she's pretty hot. And all we do, grab it, lay it right in the middle. You're gonna do this about 1 minute. So 1 minute on each side, and you can we'll be able to kind of curve it, but you'll see how this fat starts to roll up and crisp. But 1 minute on each side, and that's what you want. And then really you put it on that cutting board, and we'll go in and we'll actually slice it, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. But this was just a really super easy recipe. Salt and pepper on that 100% Wagyu beef steak out of Greater Than Prime. Mr. Dennis hooked us up, and looking forward to just eating it. It smelled good just raw, so I can't imagine how it's going to be after it's seared up and cooked. So again, letting her sear about 1 minute on each side. And that's what you want. See the golden from the fat? It's got a nice crust on it from the salt and pepper. Start seeing that mahogany flavor, or that mahogany color from that Traeger Pro 34. Really puts it on it. Beautiful bone-in ribeye. Can't wait. But the reason why we let it rest again is to get that juice back throughout the meat. And then when we sear it, all we're doing is basically covering it with a blanket of salt and peppery goodness and just capturing that juice inside the steak. Oh, you just hear it. Beautiful golden color on that fat. Fat equals flavor, and I promise you on this Wagyu, this Japanese Wagyu, this fat doesn't taste like just a normal little steak. I can promise you that. So that's about it on this cooking. It's done. We'll actually turn that FireDisc off and scoop this right up. You see it? Oh my goodness. You can kind of sear it on the sides if you'd like. I usually don't ever mess with the sides just because I'm ready to eat. But you can just lay it down on that fat. It'll sear up. See it bubbling. It's good to go. So we'll place it right here. And then we'll go in and I'll cut it up. All right, everybody, back inside. Got that 100% Japanese Wagyu ribeye steak on the cutting board. Oh, I look forward to it. This is one of my favorite parts. The anticipation is insane. So I'm gonna cut it open for you. And I like to just go ahead and cut that out of there right there. Oh, but you can already see, oh my goodness. And then we'll just take, let's see, deliciousness. I'll just show you. I know what I'm doing. Oh, so good. You see, oh, it's butter. Butter. I already know that right there. Yep, that's pretty good. That fat content of that Japanese Wagyu steak, so buttery, melting. I mean, look, it's melted throughout every layer of that beef. And again, fat is fat is flavor. So I like to, if I have a little chunk of fat and I've got some meat over here that doesn't, I'll intertwine it, make a little meat sandwich, and it would be delicious. I promise you that. But again, so what we did today, just to recap, we got our Traeger up to 275. We salt and peppered this steak, put it on there. It took about 35-40 minutes to get the internal temp up to about 120, and then let it rest for 10 minutes. Sear it 1 minute on each side using that FireDisc, and then we brought it back inside here, and here we sliced it up. So I appreciate you guys watching today. Let me know if I can help you, if I can break something else down for you. If you want me to try a recipe. Appreciate your support, like and subscribe. Thank you guys.